you're young and so in love as we, and bewildered by the world we see. Why do people hurt us so? Only those in love would know what a town without pity can do. If we stop to gaze upon a star, people talk about how bad we are. As is not an easy age, we're like tigers in a cage. What a time without pity can do. The young have problems, many problems, need an understanding heart. Why don't we help us? Try to help us before this clay and granite falls apart. Take these eager lips and hold me fast. I'm afraid this kind of joy can't last. How can I keep this love alive? How can anything survive with these little minds tears us in two? What a town without pretty can do. No, it isn't very pretty. What a town without pretty can do. Well, hi there pluckers, I was Saw Things again with you with an old classic from Gene Pitney, of course, from the early 60s, a song called Town Without Pity. And this is an arrangement for a single acoustic guitar, okay, sort of a jazzy, smoothy type of feel to it, okay. So I'm in standard tuning, no capos, and I'm doing it in the same key as Gene Pitney's version, so you should be able to play along with that if you want to. So without more ado, let me show you how I did it. Right then, boys and girls, this is going to be part one of my lesson. I'm just going to concentrate on the intro to start with, and then we'll move on to part two, which will be the verse section, okay? And possibly there might be a part three as well, depending on how part two goes. Okay, so we'll just do the intro today, okay? So let's get to it. So I'm starting off with a bar, first finger across the 7th fret, top 3 strings, and I'm adding my third finger to the 9th fret of the top E string, and you just play those 3 strings, 3, 2, 1, yeah? Then you take off the third finger and play the 7th fret of the top E, the 7th fret of the 2nd string, put your third finger back on the 9th fret of the top E, and then take it off and play the 7th fret of the top E. So it's okay, slowly. Then we do exactly the same thing, but I'm borrowing now the 12th fret, first finger, first 3 strings, and this third finger is playing the 14th fret of the top E, okay, and exactly the same thing, all 3 strings strum, then the 12th fret of the top E, 12th fret of the 2nd, and then back to the 14th fret of the top E, and finally the 12th fret of the top E. So exactly what you did here, okay, so it's okay. Now on the record it goes up for the third one, it goes right up here. Yeah. Now obviously that for me is quite difficult because I haven't got a cutaway, okay, but if you have a cutaway and you can manage to do it, it's the same thing as you just played on these two, but you're borrowing the 15th fret of the first 3 strings with your first finger, and this third finger is playing the 17th fret at the top E, then you play the 15th fret at the top E, the 15th fret for the 2nd, then put your finger back, play the 17th fret at the top E, and then finally the 15th fret of the top E. So you could do that if you could manage that, but what I did was play the same thing but an octave lower. So I start down here. Okay, so I'm borrowing the first 3 strings of the 3rd fret, and this 3rd finger is playing the 5th fret of the top E. Strum those 3 strings, then take that finger off and play the 3rd fret of the top E, 3rd fret of the 2nd, then back to the 5th fret of the top E with the finger, and then finally that 3rd fret of the top E. So exactly what you were doing with the other 2. Okay, so to start with then. Okay, like I said, if you want to, you could try playing, if you've got a cutaway, you could try playing that, what you were doing down here, up here. See, it's what I find, it's clean, get it clean is difficult for me. Okay, but I say it sounds really quite good down here as well. Okay, so that's the first part. Now just to add a little bit to the very start of the whole intro, what I did was this. I slid into this first one you do, that bit. Okay, so I hit 2nd fret of the top E string with that 3rd finger, hit the note and slide up, and then make this shape up, and then play everything I've just shown you. Okay, so it's, so you sort of slide into it. But if you don't want to do that, just go play it, just miss out the slide. Okay, but I think it's quite nice. Okay, as far as we've got. Now we go to a chord. Now there are a few bar chords in this, and a few chords you may not have played before, and I've made it as easy as I can, but it's not particularly easy, shall I call it, but you know, it's the way it is. Okay, I've made it as easy as I can. So the next chord is an F sharp 7th, and it needs to be really a bar chord. Okay, so it's an F sharp major chord, 2nd fret major shape bar chord with pinky off. That's an F sharp 7. Okay, and a nice deliberate strum. Right, so it goes. Okay, so the whole thing so far, including the slide. Just to finish it off, you've got this little bit. Okay, what I'm doing there, it's all on the 2nd string, the B string, a slide from 5 to 7, then you go to 6, then 5, then 4, and you finish on 3. Just a little run all the way down from 7 to 3 on the 2nd string, with a little slide from 5 to 7 to start it. Just like whichever finger suits you, like to do it with your 1st finger, do it with your 1st finger. Whichever finger you find it easy to do it. Got that? So the whole intro, the way I did it, from the very beginning, slowly. Into the verse. Okay, so there you have it, boys and girls. So that's part 1. I'll leave you with that. I think that's enough to get on with, and then we'll go into the verse in part 2, and depending on how we do on part 2, it might go into part 3 as well. We'll see how it goes. See you later. Bye for now.